Hello guys, Ashik Reviews here, and today our topic is top 10 most powerful characters in Hunter x Hunter. Now I must inform you that we want to include characters from the manga or any Hunter x Hunter movie. So Seriendich, Benjamin, Camilla or any of the powerful characters from the manga won't be in this list. Also I want to include characters that haven't displayed their strength minimum to be had in this series. So don't expect the Zodiacs or our badass dad Jing freaks. Although Netero stated that Jing is one of the top 5 Nenu users in this world, we just haven't seen his abilities to the fullest. Also, Zigzoldik and Mahazoldik are excluded because of the same reason. Now let's get right into the list. Number 10. Hisoka. Everyone loves the mad magician Hisoka. He is very tricky and fickle. There is no doubt that he is one of the finest Nen users in the Hunter x Hunter series. From the start of the series, he was a very powerful being that our protagonist Gon found very terrifying. One of his personal Hatsu is Bungee Gum while the other is Texture Surprise. Though they seem a bit childish, they are very powerful and handy abilities in the series. Hisoka is a transmuter, so Bungee Gum is a Hatsu that allows him to copy the properties of both rubber and gum, which is a very good defense as well as a very powerful offense ability. Cause if you are struck by the Hatsu, then your chances of getting out alive are almost zero. Hisoka also has a record of 11 wins and 4 losses in Heaven's Arena, 3 of them being not fun for him to show up at the fight, and the only actual loss was against an individual higher in this list. Still, he was able to revive himself after death using postmortem Nen, which is some ultimate use of Nen that made him further powerful. Number 9. Xenosaltic. I don't kill for fun, I refuse to work for free. 1 kill per day. Now here is our badass grandpa of Kilo Zoldyck, being the current head of the Zoldyck family, who is an elite assassin. He may look old, but you don't wanna be on his assassin list, cause
You are pretty much the same as Dirt.
Xeno is a master Nen user being a transmuter. His Hatsu is probably the coolest in the series, being Dragon Head and Dragon Dive. In both cases, he can craft and emit the aura of a dragon. Pretty breathtaking, I say. So he is not only a master Nen user but also a highly intelligent being. Normally, a master of Nen can roughly use N for 50 to 55 meter radius, but our Grandpa Zoldyck can extend it to 300 meter radius. So yeah, he is really dangerous. Number 8. Krolo Lucifer. Krolo is the head of the Phantom Troop. He is a floor master in the Heaven's Arena and also the only one to achieve victory against our beloved Hisoka. Being a specialist is already very terrifying, let alone his Hatsu. Skill Hunter Bandit's secret, which allows him to steal others' Nen abilities by fulfilling some hard conditions. If any ordinary Nen user would be given this ability, he or she probably wouldn't be able to use it as proficient as our Krolo, because his intelligent and talent for Nen makes him a very hard opponent to defeat. Also, the amount of skills he can use despite the skills present in his book are 3. So he can choose only 3 and switch between them in battles, making him a very powerful Nen user. Number 7. Poof. On number 7 of our list, we have one of the 3 royal guards, the music lover and a twisted yet amusing individual, Poof. Out of the 3 royal guards, Poof is probably the only one with a king complex personality. Yeah, you heard me right. Despite all that, he is a chimera ant and a highly intelligent character. Manipulation is Poof's main affinity. With his wings Stardust abilities, Poof can easily manipulate more than thousands of people at once, which is pretty scary. Though he doesn't have durability and strength as the other 2 royal guards, he can actually divide his body and clone himself in very small size. Also, he was the one to give ideas for Hatsus for the Chimera ants, all of them. Number 6. UP. Out of the 3 royal guards, UP was the only one who was a magical beast before reborn. Now the dangerous thing about UP is his strength and individual aura. UP was simply an enhancer, but the strange and yet his powerful ability was adopting various forms and transforming his body throughout his appearance. Depending on the situations, He could alter his body mass and ratios, grow wings or extra limbs, or manipulating his body as he pleases. Simplest statement be that UP could evolve freely. And the most terrifying thing about UP was his aura output that was roughly around 700,000. Let me inform you that Morel's aura was about 70,000. So you can guess what a scary amount of aura he possesses. Number 5. Neferpito. Worse than Illumisolic, malicious than Hisoka. This is how Killua stated Pito at first sight. To be specific, Pito's aura was something like a nightmare if you sense it or get in touch with it. Pito was also one of the 3 royal guards. But what is different from the other two is that Pito is a combination of both intelligence and power. Despite being born with a crazy amount of aura and absurd talent for Nen, Pito was a specialist. So that already makes him or her, I suppose it's him, hard to counter, and she developed 2 ridiculously powerful Hatsu. One of them was Dr. Blige, which could reconstruct anything Pito wanted, and the other was Terepich, which was a Nen puppet to turn Pito himself into a puppet to fight more proficiently. So intelligence, power, scary talent of Nen, what do you need more? But to truly see Pito's power was when Pito severed one of adult Gon's arm, which was awesome. Number 4. Isaac Netero. On our number 4, we have the chairman of the Hunter Association and possibly the most powerful human being constantly present in this world. For example, Netero can wipe out the floor with every individual in the list below him. Though he is naturally an enhancer, what truly makes him a Nen monster is his 100 type Guanyan Bodhisattva, which allows him to conjure, emit, manipulate, and enhance all at the same time. Pretty much impossible without the amount of train he has done in his life. He can control the statue as he pleases and his speed surpasses anyone on this list by far margin. Netero is also the one who founded the Shingen Ryu Tempo, which teaches hunters about Nen. This old man is respected by every powerful Nen users in this world. He was also one of the few people to survive several trips to the Dark Continent. Now we are getting into our top 3, and number 3 list we have Adult Gon. Now this is a very tricky situation because Adult Gon is a very powerful but temporary existence that shows us the full potential of our series protagonist Gon Freaks. Well, what he actually did was that he put a condition to his Nen that he would sacrifice everything he has. By everything I mean his natural flexible body, his innate talent, his talent for Nen, all of his potential and even his life force. And what they did? Well, remember Pito? She was a Nen monster, but when she came into contact with adult Gon, she was literally terrified and even stated that Gon had forced his body to mature to a point or age in which he could defeat Pito. She also said that in this state, Gon's power was equal to that of the king, Meruem. But the cost of this was that Gon lost his access to Nen and suffered a fate worse than death. Until Killua saved him. But still Gon has lost his access to Nen and gone back to normal. To see how much power he got was when he just devastated Pito that was literally one-sided, overpowered, brutal, beat down to death. To be honest, I don't like it. Number 2, Meruem. Finally, we have the Chimera and King himself, who was perfect in every aspect in this world. He was wildly powerful, intelligent, an end monster, and literally something like God. No individual in this list could make Meruem fight seriously. Even Netero, who was the most powerful human being in this world, didn't stand a chance. Netero was reduced to a state near death, where Meruem was starting to feel pain in his body. What is remarkable about him that he had a crazy intellect, so he could grasp everything in a fraction of time, unless you are Komuge and playing Gongi. Meruem lived for only 40 days, and that already made him a living god, so if he wasn't blasted with rose and poison, he would seriously bring some chaos. Number 1, Nanika. Now here is a non-combatant individual who came from the Dark Continent. And one of the 5 calamities I. Nanika's power is to make any wish come true after fulfilling her 3 requests. So it's not anything about power, it's just that Nanika itself is a threat to the entire world that could grant any wish you may. So that will be all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it and be sure to subscribe and push the notification bell.